Australian Open Life. It's our Spotlight series, Player Watch Spotlight series. I'm the bloke who walks. It's back to the men's tour. We're looking at the tour for this episode of Player Watch. And we've got some interesting insights for you today. That's one thing we're going to promise you here at this Australian Open Life is we're going to bring you some unusual, unique topics that aren't easily found or normally in the mainstream media. So if they're the kind of things that you really like to get your teeth into, stick around. What we'll be looking at here today is the ATP Tour. And just a quick disclaimer that today's stats, there'll be a couple of anomalies with the way that we've made up this top 5 list. But what we're looking at, we want to look into the people that are performing best under pressure when they're facing break point on their serve. And to clarify, this top 5 list, we're looking at players strictly between in the top 100 to 200 rankings as of today, the 29th of December 2021, and we'll be looking at the 2021 stats only. We'll be looking at the top 5. We've generated our own top 5 list based on serving those who are successful, ranked by the highest success rate of break point percentage holding serve when facing break point. So that's the criteria, and yeah, it's not Nick Curios. And when I was doing the research, I was surprised where Curios is in the rankings, but we're not talking about him today. The first player coming up in our top 5, the person that we've ranked 5th break point on serve, is Feliciano Lopez of Spain. He's the 36th best ranked player in the world. When he's facing break point, he succeeds 63.3% of the time, and his current world ranking as of today is 106. And in 2021 he played a lot of matches, 31 matches, and we've chucked in his win-loss record, 11 wins and 20 losses, because that's we're plucking out this and isolating this particular statistic. So it's important to keep in mind how these players performed over 2021. The 4th ranked player on our top 5 list when serving, facing break point, Fernando Vadasco, another Spanish player. He is the 35th best ranked player in the world. And he holds his serve 63.3% of the time. He's got a current world ranking of 154. Bit of a journeyman now, Fernando. Played 10 matches in 2021, so half as many as Lopez. Only 2 wins. So you know, when we're looking at these stats, Cole, you've got to keep in mind. How many games did people play? We don't know. We're not drilling down right into whether they were affected by COVID, but there was travel restrictions and the like. Now, the 3rd player in our list that on break point of serve, Lucas Pouille, the Frenchman, he's the 31st best ranked player in the world, according to our top 5 list, succeeding 63.6% of the time. And his world ranking at the moment is 155. In 2021, he played 19 matches, 5 wins, 14 losses. So you can, one theme that I've picked up with these players is that they've played more matches than the girls. Brief commercial break. That if you're enjoying this content that we're bringing you, why not show your appreciation by donating us a ground pass or part of one, bringing you fresh content from the tournament, which is January 17 to 30. It's less than 3 weeks away. You've got to be getting excited now, surely, now that we're heading into the turn as we get into the new year. New Year's Eve not far away. Now, if you're looking for qualifying information, we did almost over 3 weeks ago now. You look for the Royal Blue thumbnail. We ran through all the qualifying tournament details for the lead up to the Australian Open, and you can expect to see a lot more tennis focused and qualifying tournament focused content coming up in the next couple of weeks as draw schedules are released, players are confirmed, wild cards are handed out. I was hoping to bring you some information about the wheelchair tournaments and the regional tournaments, but as yet no draws and schedules have been released, so that's one reason that you haven't seen any information about those yet. But turning back to our top five, and hope you're enjoying this. And so the number 2 player on our list who holds I'm speechless. Philip Schreiber, he's still going around. He's 38. He's 3 years younger than Roger Federer. He's the 29th best ranked player in the world, succeeding 63.8% of the time with a world ranking. Can you believe it? This guy at 38, 114 in the world. And he played 16 matches in 2021, 7 wins and 9 losses, and that's actually one of the better win-loss ratios that I came across while doing the research for the top 100 to 200 players. So that's no mean feat. How Philip Schreiber isn't getting more attention for sunset years of his career at 38. Well done you, sir. And the number 1 player on our top 5 list, break point on serve, is Vasek Pospisil, the Canadian. What's he doing in the top 100 to 200? He's the 23rd best ranked player in the world at saving his serve when facing break point. 64.6% of the time he holds his serve on break point. His world ranking is only 133. What's going on there? Now, he played 24 matches, 8 wins, 16 losses. So he wasn't afraid to get out there and do his thing. But what on earth is Pospisil doing in the top 100 to 200? I can't believe it. And one thing you might have noticed in these rankings is that these guys, the margins for error are so fine that between the 5th ranked player and the top ranked player, 63.3% bottom rank, 64.6% success rate, the top rank for Pospisil. So you can see the margins are so fine at this level. So you've got to take that into consideration. This is a stat that we've plucked out of thin air and isolated. But if you're wondering who the top ranked player in the world is at holding their break point on serve, now can you believe this name that's about to pop up? It's another Canadian, and I can't believe he's not ranked higher, this bloke. Milos Raonic of Canada, like Pospisil, should be doing a lot better, you would think. His serve is one of his best and most talked about assets. Successful 72.1% of the time, Milos, and world ranking of 70. Should be higher. And he played 12 matches in 2021. So what I'm looking to draw a conclusion from these stats is, does it tell you a bit about the mental toughness of a player on tour? That when the chips are down, when that's your bread and butter, isn't it? Holding your serve. That if you can hold your serve, and especially when you're facing break point. Now, fair enough, this top 5 is an isolated stat. We're having a bit of fun with it, but if you were coming up in a tough final or semi-final against one of these players on the Challenger Tour, would you be looking into this stat? And if you were poor at it, how would you work on it to, in these blokes' cases, how would you improve that 64.6% that Pospisil's at? How would you get your your success rate up to that of Raonic or beyond, up to 80%? Because if you can hold on to your serve when facing break point, you're going to succeed a lot more of the time, aren't you? I think so. I hope you enjoyed that that run through that top 5. There's a few anomalies in there that we had to play around with the stats a bit, that it could fit into the format we wanted. But let us know what you think. Let us know what your thoughts are on this type of stat. Hope you're looking forward to the Australian Open coming up in January. It's only 3 weeks away. Are you excited? For those overseas or interstate listening, the weather has been a little bit underdone. There's a little bit of a warm spell in the next few days. So you can look out for the next episode. We're going to do exactly the same with the guys like we did with the girls. We're going to try and look for some stats about who has the least success rate when facing break point on serve. You've been listening to The Bloke Who Walks on this Australian Open Live. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. This Australian Open Life is produced by Wise Words Media and Calumny Films.